welcome back. It's Angela. Good to have you here again today. Hope you're going to enjoy this video. I have got glue all over my fingers, but I'm really excited to put together the decoration that I want to put on the top of my Christmas journal for this year. So it's a bit different to what I would normally do, but I've been thinking about it for a while, managed to gather the right twig from outside, and here I am to share it with you today. Right, so I have covered my journal cover. I've got my winter candle box there. If you're not sure how to do this, I will put the video into the playlist where I have done this before for a different journal, but the process is exactly the same. I always do the same thing, so that will be there if you're not sure how to cover this and put it together, the base. But I have put the fabric all over, and I just love how it looks. And talking about fabric, I do have a fantastic Black Friday sale on in my shop at the moment, so it's on my website. I've got bundles, I've got surprise bundles, so the leftovers that I've had during the year. I've got a lucky dip bundle for ribbons. I've got all sorts of leftover kits. They are at rock bottom prices. It's the one time in the year where I really go all out and have a complete cut down on prices. So if you haven't been over there already, please go and head over. Now if you look at the top of the website, it'll say sale, and all the sale items are in there. Of course, the digitals are also on a 50% markdown, up to 50%, but in most cases more. So go and have a look at those as well. All right, moving on. Yes, I am going to put a little decorative bit on the front of this. So I'm just using this box here just to, actually I'm going to use my candle. My son gave me this. Do you have sibling rivalry in your house? I know I was. My sister and I were constantly rivaling for you know, between us, and it was quite funny when I look at it now. It didn't feel funny at the time. Can you relate? Right, so what do you need? Well, a couple of bits, but I'm going to just start at the beginning. Right, we're using a lot of fabric today, and lots of amazing fabric for this journal. Now, in that fabric bundle, you get the cover, but you also get a number of, I think it's 8 or 9 different fabric bits in there as well. And I've cut this to fit the journal. So I have cut this red one 5 1/4 inches by 7. All right, so it is 7 wide, so it's goes up, I think, to 10 inches in length, but this is the size I'm using here. So any size, as long as it's going to fit onto your journal size, and that's in centimeters, 13.5 by 17.5. They're thereabouts, guys. Then I've taken the ticking one, and we're going to end up putting that on there like that. Just going to give you some measurements. I'm going to put something between the two. That's 10 centimeters by 15.5, so you're looking at about 4 inches by 6. All right, just so that you've got probably 3/4 of an inch on each side. Now this side I'm going to end up putting lace on, so I'm looking to have these 3 sides pretty even, but I'm not going to stick this down right yet. What I've done then is taken this lace from the lace bundle. All right, this was all part of my ultimate Christmas thing, so I'm going to stick this bit down first. I have sort of pulled the threads on the sides there, and I'm going to just move this slightly over. I think that's about where I want it, and then I sort of just keep it where it is, and using my fabric glue, I do half it off the side at the time, just so that I know that it's not going to move. So that's really it. And you can put some on here if that's easier for you, but I do tend to put it straight on there. Sorry for the noise. All right, so we've got that. It's pretty straight, pretty much straight. And then you can just see where you still need some glue. Okay, not too thick because it might ooze through. Now with this one, I want to run this over. Now that's where my lace is going to run down, so that's my starting point. And I want to run this just like this. Now bear in mind you've got this bit here, so you don't want it to go too far, and I might refer to that from time to time. So I'm going to put some glue on this as we go. Like that, and then I want to sort of make a bit of an angle there, so that I can go the other way like that. Right, so I mean you could sew that by hand, I suppose, and stick it like that, or cut it, whatever you feel. I think I'm gonna go at a 45-degree angle. Don't need your protractor, I promise. I will glue it down somehow. Yeah, so a little bit of glue just on this side. There we go. And then we can get this to run down this side, hopefully. Right, so I think I will end up probably faffing with this and putting a book on it afterwards, but I'm happy with that at the moment. So I'm just going to press that down and have more glue on my fingers, but I'm all right with it. Okay, so this now is going to go onto the top of that. So you've just got this little bit of lace peeking out, right? So we can put some glue on there, there, and then this side. All right, so let's get that on. Gosh, Christmas is not far off now, is it? Okay, so far so good. Now what we're going to do is going to be a bit of fun, hopefully, she says. And I just want to get this a little bit more tucked under there, like that. Okay, while that is drying, let's move that out the way. Let's bring in the next bit. Now, this lace is going to end up going over here once we've done what we're doing. A bit of the green there, so, and then I've got a bit of the gold, which will end up going something like that. So I'm going to leave that there for the moment. Now I've got some buttons, 2 of each of the buttons there. I've got one of my little poinsettias. I've got a twig. I took this on my walks with Abby. This twig is 5 inches high, so that's 12.5 centimeters, and we're going to use this to make a little Christmas tree. So I've got my little fussy cut there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. Now what I've done is I've measured scraps of fabric, which I've torn off of those fabric types that I have in that bundle. These are 3/4 of an inch in width, more or less. They're not all perfect. Yeah, that is 2 centimeters, all right, and they're 5 inches long. All right, so I've done 3 of each, I think. Some are wider than others, so don't be too critical. I've taken these 3. I'm sure I had another one of those. So we've got that there, and we've got some gold, the gold. All right, I had another one of these. It'll turn up somewhere when I'm cleaning, I suppose, but it's all right. This will be fine. I'm going to start off on the base, and I think I'm going to start off with no, let's do one of these. All right, and what you want to do is you want to just knot this. So I'm going to knot it. Well, not knot it, you're just going to turn it around there. And the trick here is, probably going to drive me crazy this is, but you want to get that sort of even on each side. Okay, so there we go. Give it a pull, a tight pull. Right, now remember we will end up gluing this to our page ultimately. Just move that up a little bit. I'm not going to show you every single one, but you're going to do the same thing all the way. Let's just do a few. So now I'm going to take the gold one, yeah, and we want to do that underneath and do the same thing. Now, why didn't I make them longer? All right, so we've got that there. Move it down to touch the other one, and then you want to pull that together like that. Now you want to go up, you want to do, we're going to do a red one now, I think. So let's do it underneath and tie and sort of tie it onto the twig. That's it. We're not making knots really, but you know, like I tie my tags, bows, that sort of way. Okay, and pull them closest together. We'll faff with them at the end, but then all I want you to do is keep on doing that until you have got to the top of the twig. So I'm not going to bore you with this. That's the pattern we're going to go with. So let's do that. So this one underneath, this one's a nice soft one, so it's easy to do. And I'll see you back here when I've got all my knots done. Okay, so I've tied them all on, and I actually had to cut a couple more, 3 more, and I'm trying my best to sort of turn them around to the front, but it's not the end of the world. There we go. So we've got makings of a little tree here. So what I'm going to do now is I've got my fabric shears, and I want to sort of cut this. I'm heading towards the point and just giving it a tree shape. Let's hope we can do the same on the other side. So if I start there and I head towards the point, that's sort of a tree shape, isn't it? More or less. Oh, I've missed one. There we go. All right. Okay, I'll just put that to the side for the moment. All right, so there we have a little tree so far, and now we want to do some little decorations. I thought I would take my needle, I've got embroidery thread here, 3 strands, and I wanted to take these little buttons. Now you can just stick them on if you want. I'm going to go with what I have here, and I'm going to sew them on. So I'm going to just show you one, and then where I'm going to sort of place them like little baubles really. Made a big knot there at the bottom. I'm not going to worry because we're going to stick that down. So let's start over here. So I'm going to, gosh, there's glue everywhere. So these buttons also come from that Ultimate bundle. They've got a little bit of glitz in them, which is nice. And now we're going to just sew them on here. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? Gosh, it's my lucky day. It worked first time while I'm recording. You know, every day is a blessing. Right, so we've got that there. So that's how I'm going to do it. It gives the homespun look if you stitch them, and I like a stitched look. Right, so we're not going to worry about the underside. We're going to stick that down. Right, I'll worry about getting them the right way up when I'm closer to the time. Now I'm going to put a red, I've got 2 golds. I want one that side and one up here somewhere. And I think 2 red, so and a green. So I'm going to have a green over here somewhere. I'm going to have a red over here, and we've got another red and another green. So we want, let's do that there, that there, that there, something like this. All right, let me stitch those on quickly, and then I will be right back with you. Okay, so I have finished sewing on those buttons, as you can see, and I quite like how it looks. It looks very scrappy, but that's perfect because this is vintage and you would have made all sorts of decorations, wouldn't you? Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on here, but I think what I'm going to do here is I just want to grab my pliers. I want to see if I can just take the top of that off. So I've got my craft knife here. I don't think I'll be able to cut it all the way through, but this is what I do when I was shortening it earlier. Gosh, I hope it doesn't break in the wrong place. There we go, that's perfect. Let's just make sure that one doesn't come off. Coolio. We are going to put something on the top there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that stuck down like that. Right, so I think it's probably easier to put glue on the back of this, or maybe let's put glue directly on here. So here's the middle, and you want a fair amount of glue, and I'm going to have to put a book or something underneath, on top of this when I'm finished, just to set it and press it down overnight. So let's see how we go. Right, so we want it like that, and then it's going to be these sort of tree branches from fabric that are going to keep this all together, I think. And this is where you can twist them and move them to line them up how you want them. So I don't think that one's going to go over the other way, so there's no chance on that, but there we go, it's coming together. And of course you can add more glue where you need it. So this one I'm going to put it on the other underside, not make it go on that button. You can tuck under the button and just press it down. Okay, right, so we've got that there. Now I'm going to start with some of these lace layers, so that will need a trim. We're going to go from there to there, so let's cut that off and we'll get that stuck down. Get it straight. Okay, now that we've got that straight, we want to put a bit of the green, so I'm going to put that on over there. There we go. And then last but not least, I'm going to get a bit of the gold just to have a bit of glitz. And again, with this, I'm going to trim that there. And before I do anything else, I'm going to glue that end. And then I'm going to get it just above. Let's see. So we want that there. Oh, I got it the wrong way. Oh no, that's the right way. I thought I had it the wrong way. Right, and then again, let's get that there, and then just a little bit on those ends. Lovely gluey hands. Right, so we've got all of that stuck down, and I like how that's looking. Now I want to put the poinsettia at the top. I mean, you can make a little star or use one of those, but I wanted to focus on the poinsettias as the cover is a poinsettia, so I wanted to get that at the top of the tree like that. Okay, and then what I've got, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this. I've got these little presents here. I might have to lift this up. I was going to just sort of put this fussy cut underneath here like a little gift. I don't know if I'm going to do that. yeah, let's have a look. But I do want to put a reindeer on there. So I've got these from my adornments that I had, and I wanted to put this beautiful reindeer over here like that. So again, I'm going to take off this back bit, and I'm going to put the glue on. He's a very proud one and perfect for this. So we're going to have him just over here, tuck the trotters in like that, like that. Right, now it does need something on this other side. Right, I am going to use this. I think I found the answer, or one that I'm happier with. Let's say that. So we will put the gift fussy cut, comes from my ephemera kit. We're going to tuck that just underneath there, like that. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. And then I've taken this one, which is from these as well. Again, I've pulled off the back there, and I might stick it back, but on the side, along with the one I've just pulled off on the other side from the reindeer. And we will just put some glue on there and anywhere else that it touches. Okay, and we will get that in the middle like that, but a bit more down. And I think I'm going to definitely have to put a book on there just to grip that a little bit lower, maybe like that. And that looks nice. I'll just let it dry and do its thing. Right, that is my Christmas journal cover. I quite like all the little bits of fabric there with the little decorations on. That's my favorite piece. And the little reindeer on the side there. And yeah, that's sticking nicely now. Merry Christmas. Okay guys, what do you think? Let me know. We've got to put a closure on there, but I can only do that once the signatures are sewn in. So we've got those edged on nicely. I would suggest getting something soft, like a old towel or something, and then put something heavy on it just to sort of make it a little bit flatter. I am sitting here thinking, oh, I could have done more, because now I'm thinking I should have slow stitched on that first and things like that. But I'm quite happy with it as it is. So yeah, there we go. There's the cover ready to go for our signatures, which won't be long, and we'll be finished those as well. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I will definitely be visiting you again next week with another couple of videos. So go and enjoy yourselves. We're Sunday's the start of December. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone. But may it be a good one. And for all of those of you that celebrated Thanksgiving on Thursday, I hope it was wonderful to spend time and give thanks with your family. And I'm jealous that we don't have that holiday here. But I was thinking of you and being very thankful on my own. Look after yourselves. Until next time. Bye.